Lisa Cole with Coordinates Collections. This is the Charmed kit for March, and I wanted to show you a few things that I did with this kit as well. We got this really nice bright Kelly green cardstock in the kit, and once I figured out my layout, and I used a sketch from CK, but once I put it on here, my green was really bold, and I just didn't know what to do. And so what I tried was taking some circle stamps that I had. They were variegated sizes, and one's a dotted line, one's little stars, one's a solid line. And I stamped them just simply with white ink. And I really liked the effect that I got from it, and mostly because it reminded me of soccer balls after I got it done. I wasn't going for that, but it kind of worked. And then I outlaid them with a black pen, which, I don't know, second thought, might have been a little too much, but it did just kind of make them pop off the page. And I really, really liked just the added interest filling up this big empty green spot on my this border on my page, and it just gave it another little something. So don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone with that. Just a plain white ink, and it just really looks cute. Now I wanted to show you over here where I did my title. Let's zoom in a little bit, even though it's kind of glossy. This is just a piece of plain white cardstock that I used, and here's just an example. But I want you to know that we've got lots of the Glimmer Mists from Tattered Angels in the store, and we will be getting more too, and you're getting a sample of this, I believe, in next month's kit, if not May. But all I did was to tone it down because it was awfully bright. I just spritzed on some color, and I want to show you how I did that real quick because this is a really easy way to get a lot out of your projects and just to make something a little different. So this one is already glimmer misted with some aqua blue that we got from the show, from CHA, and this is an olive color that I already had in my stash. So you're just going to spray it on. I mean, it's really that easy. And you can do it as dark as you like or as light as you want it. And again, you can wipe this off with a paper towel just to get the wetness off. And this is on one of those Ranger craft sheets that I really like. Nothing sticks to it, and it's a great project base for all of my crafting. But look how fun that is. You could die cut letters out of this, or shapes, or like I used it for just the background of my photos. So again, here's another quick look. Really fun, easy. Now these letters, very fun, from Jilly Bean. These are the corrugated craft, and super fun. I also glimmer misted these, and then I used some just acrylic paint on them as well to help them pop even more. And I just think that these are really, really fun, and I wanted to show you what I did with that as well. So I took one of the plain craft corrugated letters, and first I glimmer misted. I'm going to use the blue because it's kind of bright. I just glimmer misted on top of it. And yes, this is really cute all on its own, but then once it dried and I liked the glittery effect it had, it was a little dull on the craft. Now it's much different on the white, as you can see, but it got to be a little dark. So what I took was just some regular acrylic paint, and I took one of my foam applicators, and I just brushed some paint on top of it, and then I glimmer misted again. And I layered it several times with the glimmer mist just to give me some really depth of color. But I just wanted to show you why that made such a difference here. So on the letters, as you can see, there's some bright aqua and then this bright green, which I pop dotted the O and the E here just for more pop. But it really helped the glimmer mist to get a little more caught with the eye there, especially on this darker craft. So that was the first project that I did. Secondly, what I want to show you is the canvas. Everyone's been talking about canvas and what am I going to do with it? Well, the first thing that we did with canvas that we learned with Donna Downey is putting an iron on. And I wanted to show you, you've probably seen this in the gallery already, but I wanted to show you this canvas that I made for my daughter's room. Now, I took one of Donna Downey's iron-ons, and this is a blue swirl. It's a very long piece, but I cut it in two. And I just used it on two different portions of my canvas, ironed it on, added a few blings of pearl on there, and then this is one of Donna Downey's fabric words. Again, in the store, I just glue dotted these. Super easy. I did not sew these on. They come quilted already, and they're just gorgeous. These are Pink Paisley Expression glittered letters. Really cute. And these are the new Pink Paisley pleats. You're going to see them in these packaging, and you're going to be getting one in next month's flowers kit, which is really fun to play with. But again, all I did was this, is just glue dotted it on. Super, super easy. I am not a sewer. So how I did this background, which the green and the blue, because I'm a real green and blue fan, is what I want to show you next. So actually, I'm just going to do it on the back of this because it'll show just as easy. So I took some of my colors. Again, I'm taking this olive vine and this blue, Caribbean blue, and I just did some faint misting, really faint, right on the canvas. And then I'm taking a brush with some water, and all I did was watered it down. And I just want to show you this. Let's get a little closer for this, because I don't want you to be afraid of this. It's really, really super easy. Now this is the reverse effect of what we did in Donna's class. What we did in Donna's class was take a watercolor palette of paints, you know, the Crayola that you would get your kids each year for back to school, and we just painted on with paints. And then we just used a water mister to just help them dissolve a little better. But here I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm using my mists, putting the color on, and then washing through the color with the water. Really fun. Make it as dark or as light as you like. I'm really saturating this, really, really saturating it. And look at the beautiful, beautiful effect. You can spread it around. Don't feel bad when you get these glops. They are going to come off easily. So look at the really pretty effect that has made. Oops, love that. Really, really pretty. So this is what I did with the front of this. And it's just a beautiful look when it gets dried, and it's a little softer, but super easy with a paintbrush and water and your mists. Do this with your acrylic paints. Do it with your water-based paints. You can use ink pads, any of the dye ink pads like the Ranger Distress ink pads. These are all water-based, so you can stamp with these or use your paintbrush and paint with them. Super fun, very creative. Okay, so lastly, what I want to show you is how we are doing these iron-ons. Now this is one of the fabric 12 by 12 pieces that Donna Downey makes that are in our store. These are with the very faint letters that you can see on the page, and I'm just going to turn it over just to show you really quickly that it's blank, and you can use that as an open canvas as well. It's not easy to find 12 by 12 sheets, but these are very inexpensive to be able to play with. So on this side, I'm going to take the rub-on, which just comes in a package like this, and it's super easy. It has instructions, very easy to follow, but the main thing that you want to remember is that this is your iron-on side, and this is a little felty so that you know this is what goes down. You place it on the fabric. This also works on paper. Do not be afraid of the paper, people, either. You can do it right on paper, and it's very fun. Whoops. You're going to put a little lightweight cloth on top. She calls it a pressing cloth. I don't have a pressing cloth. But all you do is put your iron on this at cotton heat for approximately 15 to 20 seconds, and do not move it around. No, no. You just want to let it sit and absorb the heat. So that's why it has the cloth on here, so it's not going to burn anything. And then you're also just going to move it to the next spot so that you get it all covered. Very easy. I know this is real time, but I just want to make sure that I show you completely. And then I'm going to move it once more just to make sure that I've got it. And it's 15 to 20 seconds. Do not move the iron though. That will disrupt the process. Donna was very specific to tell us that. And you're just going to set it on here. And I guess while I'm doing this, I could tell you that we made this really pretty book in Donna's class. That this is, you have to get this book that's in the store. It's absolutely divine. It's like butter. This is so soft. It's the softest pleather or leather that I've ever felt. But it's a darling little book, and it comes with a ribbon closure here, binding, and look at all the rub-ons that she has. These pages we did in class, and again, we did these with a watercolor palette and then with a water mist, just a plain mister bottle with water in it. This is a really pretty tree. I love these, the little wildflowers on the bottom. And then there was this really pretty pink, I don't know, like a lupine or something. I'm going to move my iron now. And this was a really pretty frame that we have in stock as well, I believe. It says beautiful. And we put a second iron on top of it just to add some interest. See, again, the watercoloring that we've done. And then this is another frame that we have. I love this. I plan on putting some words in here or some vertical pictures. And this is what Donna Downey calls drippage. She paints the watercolor at the top, mists it with water, and lets it drip. It's a beautiful effect, as you can see. It's very artistic, and it's one of a kind. So this little album comes with all these canvas pieces in it and these stitched little transparencies for pages as well. Love this. You have to see that in the store. So, one more time, let me just make sure that we have this down, okay? And you want to let this cool completely. Now, I apologize if I didn't get this all on here because it's hard to see underneath that pressing cloth. But basically, all you're going to do is, well, I should wait for it to cool. It's going to cool a little bit more. I'm going to try it one more time. And once it's cool, it really comes off nicely. And look how fun that is. Fun little rub-on. Love it. Just remember to let it cool completely. I'm not letting it cool for the effect of this video, but it is so fun, and the texture. And you can put this in a shadow box. You can hang this on your wall. You can frame it. It's just really, really beautiful. So I hope that you'll give these rub-ons a try as well. Thank you.